I love stewardship season. Yep, I said it. It's not hard to talk about supporting a community and place that you love, that has meaning for you, and that comes as a gift from a loving and gracious God. And I love the theme that will carry us through this into next year, together beyond this pandemic. As I was thinking about this statement we were making, I was reminded of a lead-off line to a stewardship story from Eric Gustafson a few years back. That line was, "It's all about the cookies." You remember that table of tasty treats the kids love, and that is one of the many positive experiences they treasure at PCUM, and so do we. I miss little Daisy. But what stuck with me was it's all about the, how would you fill in that blank? And how do we carry your response and our responses together into life through and beyond this pandemic? I've been blessed to be part of this church community for over 25 years, and it's all about a lot of things. So here are a few. It's all about the kids. At one point, it was about my kids, John and Meg, who are now adults and living in New York City. And it's all about all of our kids. I've been blessed to know many of them as I've shared in their 8th grade confirmation journeys over most of the last 10 years. In the now, it's about the Milan and Laulis and Walter and Christopher and Bukowski kids and their baptisms over the summer and fall. And as we move into 2022, we will be determining the best path forward for hiring a director of Christian education, given the retirement of our beloved Mary Beckhusen. Many, many thanks to Jordan Green for leading us and loving our youth, and to Susie Dia and Laurie Kroll and all of our teachers for loving all of our kids and running our church school in these unsettled times. It's also about our worship life together. Trace Williams spoke last week about how only by working together was worship transformed over the past 16 months. In the deeply inspired and moving music ministry led by Anne-Marie Giuliano, our choir, Denise, all the voices in our virtual services, our guests, our songwriters, what a gift that has been and continues to give way beyond what is necessary. And it's all about our service to the world and the relationships we build within and outside these walls. Feeding and loving our neighbors shows up as we work alongside our brothers and sisters, Miss Jo and Sherry and Pastor Valencia at 7th Street Bistro and our friends at Grace and Mesh. We do this because God calls us and loves us and calls us to love our neighbors. And in doing so, we are changed. Do we have more to share and to give beyond this pandemic? I think we do. So lastly, today is also about the money. Our pledges are our individual and collective responses to God's love and God's faithfulness to us and to the world. Our pledges tell a story, not the only story, but a story nonetheless. The pandemic brought many changes in our membership, with both new and long-term families moving out of our area. This, excitedly, is going to be balanced by a new member class underway and new member classes in the future. But with these challenges and opportunities in mind, the Stewardship and Finance team is asking you to prayerfully consider increasing your pledge this year. I'm committed to do so. And for those who have not pledged in the past or are generous givers without pledging, we ask you to commit to a pledge at a higher number this year as well, if possible. What story will our pledges tell for 2022? What will we add and embrace and be together as we move forward beyond this pandemic? Let's make the story of the stewardship season in 2022 all about that. Thank you.